my goodness. Hi, guys, you excited? You should be excited. Come on. After what just happened this week, this is one of the best weeks the Republican Party's had in a long time. And we're just getting started. We are absolutely just getting started. Well, look, it is an absolute honor to be here, and I know I am the politician in between you and dinner. So one thing I've learned is I'll do my best to make it quick. A lot of you, for those of you who don't know, I am from New Hampshire. I'm a governor, a little different. Live free or die state, right? It is really how we live out there. It is. It's a little different. What I want to do, I just want to take a few minutes and talk about not just where we're going as a party and the policies that are important. Look, policy in many ways is the easy part. It's about execution. It's about bringing folks along with you. It's about connecting with folks at a very personal and individual level. And that's one of the reasons why we were so successful this past week. Now, Governor-elect Youngkin, God bless him, great governor. He's going to be a great governor. That guy was a happy warrior. He went out there and he talked the positive. He smiled all the time. He connected people with issues, not just on the school issue. That was a big one, of course, right? About putting people first. But he made sure that whoever he was talking to, it was about their issues. It wasn't about what he wanted to say. It wasn't just about a party platform. And that's really the secret of success. And sometimes I think we lose ourselves, right? We watch a lot of Fox News and we see what's happening at the national level, and we talk about those things to our friends and neighbors. But we forget the fact that our friends and neighbors are dealing with other issues, real on-the-ground issues that matter. We believe in retail politics, right? We have the first in the nation primary. There's a reason for that. We frankly do it, no offense, we do it better than everybody else, right? But we demand that every presidential candidate come into our living room. When they don't come ask us, they ask us for money, we laugh at them. When they say, hey, do you think you're going to support Ted Cruz or Donald Trump? We say, well, I don't know. I've only met him twice. Right? They got to come and earn that vote every step of the way. And retail politics results in retail management. I'm a governor. Little bit of a different job than Congress and Senate, right? And now Senator Scott, I still call him Governor Scott, knows. Governors have to manage day to day, in and out, hour to hour. We don't get days off. Anything can hit us at any time. And during the pandemic, governors across this country, especially Republican governors, stood up and led. And they led by standing there every bit of the time. And we should be very proud of that. Now, I do want to, I'm in like 3 time zones away, and if my mother knew I was going to brag about myself, she would like drag me out of here by my ear, but she's like 3,000 miles away. So I'm going to brag on New Hampshire just a little bit, but I think it's really important. It's not just about what we've done, but it's about how it translates. I've been elected 3 times. I'm the only 3-term governor in the country. I've balanced budgets 3 times. Never once, 3 balanced budgets. I'm still waiting for one from the feds, by the way. I think we all are. Never once have I raised a tax, and frankly, I found every tax I could find and cut taxes all across the board. And our interest and dividends tax, it's going to 0, by the way. So all of you should rethink your life choices and move to New Hampshire, because in a few years, interest and dividends, no sales tax, no income tax. It's about the individual, it's not about government. And when you make it about the individual, you start connecting with them, right, on that real retail level. One of the stats that I liked, and then I'll stop bragging, but one of the stats I love, and I brag about the most in New Hampshire, we all went through 2020. The most unique part of the pandemic is it hit every single one of us. It hit our families. It hit our homes. It was insecurity about our health. What did this virus mean? How was it going to affect our workplace? And obviously, businesses across the country got shattered by it, absolutely shattered. In New Hampshire, when we got that money, we made investments in those businesses. Unlike any state, the governors had flexibility to design programs as they saw fit. And God bless former President Trump allowed us that flexibility. And in New Hampshire, we were the only state in the country where less businesses closed in 2020 than in 2019. I'm very proud of that. And because of that, we were able to talk to people at their real level, that we saved their jobs, we saved their businesses, and when the economy came back, we weren't trying to figure it out. We came out like a rocket ship. And now we're kind of this big red blob up in New England, surrounded by 1,000 miles of Democrat-driven states. And it's not easy, don't get me wrong. I got Maine, the Communist Society of Vermont to one side. I got the liberal Massachusetts to my south. But we're the place everybody wants to be. And it's great. It's absolutely great. But when we talk about elections, and I have to get elected every 2 years. Every 2 years I have to get elected. And let me tell you, as governor, that stinks. It really stinks. But for the citizens, it's wonderful. It's absolutely great. They have all the power in the world. If you're doing your job, there's accountability, and you show results, you can get elected again. And if you're not, the people of New Hampshire are going to fire your butt, right? So it's complete accountability. Not a whole lot of that in D.C., but we have a whole heck of a lot of it at the state level and at the local level, and that's where it really needs to be. But one thing I remind folks all the time, and what I think Glenn and a couple, what we saw in New Jersey, we cannot be a party that just says we're not Joe Biden's awful. Guess what? Everybody knows how bad Joe Biden is. The word is out. We all got the memo, right? It's an absolute disaster, man. It's an absolute disaster. You have to be for, you have to. All right. Hey, you got to have something memorable at every dinner, right? But look, so we know where we are with him. We know where we are with the Democrats. They don't know where they are. But you still have to be for something. You have to drive forward. And as I started with what Youngkin did, he connected with people on school issues. He connected people on their issues. And you got to get candidates that understand you have to move the ball forward. You can't just sit here and talk policy, go down to D.C. and do nothing. Enough of that. And I've been very critical on both sides of the aisle, frankly. I got very frustrated. I think a lot of us did in 2017 and 2018. And I said, hey, maybe we'll get a balanced budget. We'll have Social Security reform. We'll do illegal immigration reform. We'll do reform in health care. And none of it happened. And we all sat frustrated because you got to deliver. And the only way to inspire that next generation of candidates, and that's my goal right now. I might run for governor, or I might run for Senate. I don't know. Don't worry about that. No, we're not doing that. I don't know. Trust me, I'm going to win either way. Don't worry about that. Sorry, Maggie. I've been very blunt. If I want Senator Hassan's job, I'm going to take it. That's not the issue at all. At the end of the day, one thing I try to wake up every day and appreciate the job is bigger than ourselves, right? We're public servants. This isn't about us. It's about them. It's about him or her, whoever you're looking at any time of the day. And so when you have that perspective, one thing I try to do is inspire. Who is the next generation of Republicans? Where are they? The 15 to 25-year-olds, right? Are they there as strong as they can be? Are we connecting with them on issues that matter? Well, I know where they are. We got a couple of them here, that's for darn sure. But you got to be genuine. Now, when it comes to policy, we know where we need to be in policy. Look, I do a lot of side stories. I'll give you a quick one. Someone was just asking me back there. I don't have cable TV. I'm the governor of New Hampshire. I do not have cable TV. Because I turn on the television, it's all negative. It's all angry. I turn on the television, and what do we see? We see Democrat leaders in Congress with anti-Semitic hatred, bashing on Israel, and the rest of the party just sits back and says nothing. What kind of example is that setting for our kids? We want to be out there supporting candidates that say, yes, we're going to support Israel at every single turn, and we're going to do it in a positive way every single time. We heard, my son's 15. He's surfing. And he says, Dad, what's BDS? I said, it's the worst idea on the planet. And I had to explain to him why elected officials are promoting these boycotts. I'm from New England. I got two lunatics to my left in Vermont named Ben and Jerry. My God. They say they want to boycott Israel. It's time that we boycott them. End of story. Look, it's overpriced, overrated, corporate crap anyways. Their product sucks. Eat local, for God's sakes. It's funny, like we have little alerts in New Hampshire when Bernie Sanders comes within 5 miles of our border, we all get alerts on our phone because we're trying to keep socialism back as hard as we can, right? But we have to understand it's creeping. It's real. I make a joke about it, but it's real. This idea, 10 years ago, if we said, socialism is creeping, yeah, is it really? Yes, it is. It's right here, and it's getting to our younger populations. It's getting to our younger generation. And we have good Republicans, young Republicans that don't know they're Republican yet because we haven't brought them along. We haven't connected with them on their issues that matter. It goes all the way back to the retail politics I started with. And when you connect folks, let's think about this for a second. I heard somebody ask me, well, what about the elections in 2020? I said, don't worry about the election. That's history, man. If you are sitting here talking about 2020, or you are worried about who's going to run in 24, you are missing the boat. Because if we don't get it done in 22, it ain't going to matter. We got to get it done. And that's on us. And we got all the momentum, we got all the issues, we got all the excitement on our side, but do not take it for granted. This week was a terrific week, but if you think this week is going to carry us for a year, you got another thing coming. If you're in this room, you get it. You're political, you're active, you're engaged. But you all know 10 to 15 other people that could be in this room that aren't as engaged, that agree with us on issues. We got to get them engaged. We got to bring their families along and talk about issues that matter to them. Inflation. Inflation is the worst tax on low-income families in this country, and we're still worrying about what happened in 2020. Talk about issues that connect. Low-income families can't even afford a gallon of gas. I get fired up. I get fired up. I do. Look, we have workforce issues. We have safety in our communities. We have an opposition party that wants to defund the police. We can't just say they want to defund it. We have to tell how we're going to support it. We have mental health issues. The unspoken crisis of America is mental health. Nobody wants to talk about it. But believe you me, everybody in this room knows somebody who's battling a mental health issue or has a kid that's battling a mental health issue. We connect with them on those issues. And when we do that, I'm telling you, man, when we do it with a smile, when we do it with a positivity, that's when we inspire the next generation. That's when we can recruit. That's when we get the passion going. And that's when we can be sure we're going to kick some ass in 2022. Thank you guys very much. Let's get this done.